Bradshaw, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
Interrupt from WPTV and WFLX right now to bring you a Hurricane Isaias update from Palm Beach County officials.
Those three officials
Let's
here
listen
shortly.
in.
Just wanted to give you a quick update on where we're at. Today at 7 a.m., the Palm Beach County Emergency Operations Center was activated to level 1 for Hurricane Isaias. Yesterday at 4 p.m., I signed a local state of emergency for the hurricane. And all of this is being done while we remain under a state of emergency, obviously related to COVID-19. I executed that extension order for the state of emergency yesterday at 12 p.m. It may not come as any surprise, but this is the first time that this county has been under two local states of emergencies that overlap at the same time, and certainly different subject matter. The EOC, the Emergency Operations Center, where we're housed right now, has been activated at a level 2 for 140 days. Today marks day 1 of activation at level 1, which is full activation. Earlier today, Governor DeSantis declared a state of emergency. Exists for 19 counties in the state, including Palm Beach County. And I did have an opportunity to speak with Governor DeSantis today around 10 a.m. He pledged his full support for Palm Beach County. He was very complimentary about the good work that's been done in response to the pandemic. And he was very confident, as we all are, that we will have no concerns or issues getting through this hurricane during the pandemic. The staff here at the Emergency Operations Center have been involved in meetings all day, including today and yesterday, regarding protection actions for the hurricane, coordinating with our local partners and state agencies. I can tell you that the county government is fully prepared to effectively respond to both the pandemic and this hurricane at the same time. And I believe, as I always do, that our residents are well prepared to work through these two issues collectively and as a community. It's now my pleasure to turn over the microphone to Emergency Management Director, Mr. Bill Johnson. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hurricane Isaias is currently located over the southeastern Bahamas, traveling in a north-northwesterly direction. It is anticipated the hurricane will approach South Florida region tomorrow on Saturday. The latest advisories from the National Hurricane Center say that the wind threat has increased for South Florida. While the current forecast keeps the center of the hurricane offshore and to our east, because of recent shifts in the forecast, tropical storm conditions are now expected to impact Palm Beach County. We expect that the 5 p.m. forecast will indicate that Palm Beach County will be under a hurricane warning, as well as a tropical storm warning. That means that hurricane conditions and tropical storm conditions are expected in Palm Beach County. The timing for the arrival of these conditions is most likely tomorrow afternoon, extending through the evening. The main concerns for us are potential for hurricane-force winds, flooding rains, high surf, coastal flooding, so we need to be prepared for all of these hazards. Hurricane Isaias will bring us only a slight risk of rainfall. The center is forecasting only 3 to 5 inches of rain along the coastal regions. We may be focusing on the hurricane, but there is COVID in every aspect of your hurricane preparedness needs, and we all need to be aware of that. Because of COVID, we feel that you are safer at home, and therefore, Hurricane Isaias, we encourage you to stay in your home. If you live in a mobile home or unsubstantial home, you should consider sheltering with a family member, friend, co-worker who resides in a sturdy home or in a local hotel. Shelters should be considered your last resort. Our emergency operations team is fully activated, working to coordinate the necessary resources that will be required to respond to the impacts of the hurricane tomorrow. We have been conducting numerous coordination conference calls throughout the day in order to ensure that all of our stakeholders are informed and ready. Because of the uncertainty of the forecast of this storm, it is important that we all be prepared and remain vigilant. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
It's my pleasure now to invite to the podium our County Administrator and Incident Commander, Ms. Virginia Baker. Ma'am, thank you.
Good afternoon. As Mr. Johnson stated, we are balancing both a hurricane breathing down on us as well as COVID-19. It's a balancing act. It's a matter of risk that we must assess. We have made the decision to close all county parks and beaches tomorrow, Saturday, August 1st. And depending upon the path of the storm and its impact, they may be closed on Sunday. If we're lucky, we'll be able to open them back on Sunday. This also includes Mounts Botanical Gardens. All Palm Beach County libraries will be closed on Saturday as well. And again, depending upon the outcome of the weather, we may open them again on Sunday. If not, they will all be open on Monday for business. Our Environmental Resources Management has conducted the county's beach assessment in preparation for the potential storm impact. With Palm Beach County under a hurricane watch, all solid waste authority facilities and operations will be closed on Saturday. Please do not cut your limbs and put them beside the road now. Do not clean your yard or put additional furniture on the side of the road. It will not be picked up. There will be also no recyclables in the unincorporated area. No on-site drop-offs will be accepted until after the storm passes, and it is safe to open up the solid waste facilities. PalmTran, in conjunction with EOC, will continue to monitor any adverse effort or impact to continue serving our passengers for as long as safely possible. Sustained winds of 39 miles per hour is when we, by law, must take our vehicles off the road. We will take them off in a manner in which our drivers will be able to go back to the yard, drop off their buses, and then go home to their families safely. So we will be notifying individuals as we are ready to pull PalmTran off the road. Further, PalmTran will continue to follow the CDC guidelines when it comes to social distancing to ensure everyone remains proactive against the spread of COVID-19. The Emergency Information Center is open for our residents who may have questions about preparedness. Please call 561-712-6400. Again, the Emergency Information Center, that number is 561-712-6400. Elections. Poll workers classes at the Supervisors of Elections office for Saturday afternoon has been canceled. The supervisor hopes to hold the morning classes. However, a determination will be made later this evening, and those particular individuals will be contacted. The Supervisor of Elections will be updating their website at pbcelections.org. Again, that's pbcelections.org. Or you may call 561-656-6200, option 3 for more information. Update information will be on their Facebook page and Twitter feed. 18 early voting sites, barring any damage, will be open at 10 a.m. on Monday to begin our early voting. Early voting is encouraged. I want to take a moment to caution all of us on gatherings. I know we've been cooped up, now we've got a storm. And some of us normally have hurricane parties. This is not the time. I want to again state we are dealing with COVID-19, a pandemic, and a storm. It is very, very important we continue to mask, practice social distancing, disinfecting, and washing hands. But also, we must avoid the 3 C's: closed spaces, crowded places, and close contact settings. Avoid the parties. That's hurricane block parties, house parties, unfortunately, any parties at this time. So please be safe. You're safer at home. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Baker. It's my pleasure now to invite our Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the county, Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, to the podium. Thank you, Chief. Sheriff.
Hi, folks. I hope you really listened close to what the county administrator said. You know, don't make us spend our time coming to block parties and gatherings when we need to be doing something else that's a lot more important than that. And look, if you haven't figured it out yet, you want to have these parties? Well, somewhere down the road, we're going to have the parties, but not unless you wear this and you knock off the parties now and you keep the social distancing. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing this and doing this. This is our way out of this if you're listening to what we're trying to tell you. All right, so if you want to have these parties, that's fine. Down the road, we can have them, but not now. The other thing I want to take a minute to just say is, and I'm not minimizing the risk that we have here, but I'm on the way here today, and I stopped at a red light. Car pulls up next to me, wasn't there 5 seconds, and the guy runs a red light. So I pull him over, and I go, what's going on? He goes, I got to get to the store. I got to get water. I got to get this. Folks, take a deep breath here, all right? This is not a Category 5 hurricane, and if you've waited till the last minute to do all this, then you're not that bright anyhow, all right? This is a wake-up call. This will not be the last storm coming here. Don't wait till the last minute where you got to run all over the place out here, and there's traffic out here, and then we got to do traffic accidents. So everybody calm down. You don't need to go take everything off the shelves. Get what you need, all right? But plan ahead of time. This is a good wake-up call for what's going to happen here for the next several months, all right? We're out here to help you. The deputies are going to be out here. They'll be there if you need them, so take advantage of the fact that you're going to have some more time to play some board games. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Reginald Duran, Fire Chief of Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. I want everyone to know that Palm Beach County Fire Rescue is prepared, as we have been all year for this hurricane season. We know it happens quite regularly, annually. I want you to know that part of that preparation is my firefighters doing some of the things I'm going to ask you to do. Stay home if you don't have a reason to be out. Keep in mind, driving through wind, and we know that's one thing we're going to get. We're going to get high winds at some point. It's not a time for you to be on the road. If you have things at home that are just out in the yard, bring them back close to your home. Park your cars close to your home. Let's remember the fact that this is very serious. Despite the fact that it is not a Category 5, it's still a storm. It's still very unpredictable. I'm going to ask that you prepare and help us help you by doing what you can do to keep yourself safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Dern. So obviously, this is a trying and taxing time here in Palm Beach County and throughout the nation, really, but this storm makes things a little bit more complicated. We ask for your continued diligence in social distancing and being cognizant of your surroundings and being kind to your neighbor and lend a helping hand. We have every resource that we need to get through this, and we have all the strength that we need to get through this. There will be more information forthcoming as it relates to shelters if that decision is made. We wanted to make sure that we communicated as quickly as possible with our community. And so we call this press conference to put you on notice about the activation of the EOC and an update on the storm and the resources that we have collected to get through this storm. But we will continue diligently, as we always do, to make sure that we communicate directly with the people of Palm Beach County and directly to the press. At this time, I'm happy to take any questions that you may have.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Mayor, I'm sorry. So the question that a lot of people are asking about is something that the sheriff mentioned, something that Ms. Baker mentioned as well, which is that you've got a lot of people running to stores to try to get this last minute stuff, and they're crowding in the stores, and it's becoming, in essence, some form of a mass gathering, particularly at some very popular stores. What do you guys have in terms of advice in that regard?
Well, I think based upon the track, and I'm not a meteorologist, but I think that regardless of the strength and intensity of the storm, we hope that it passes quickly. We have recommended, obviously, as we always do in conjunction with the National Hurricane Center,